Welcome back. We have another great friend of the show here today. We have a lot of good friends on our show.
It's a good one today.
Yeah. Lisa Hampton is back with us. And Tyler was just talking about what buyers are going through and what sellers are, and the sense of urgency that seems to be in the market. Well, Lisa Hampton joins us from Homehelper Consultants, and her main focus is really just working with buyers all the time. And, Lisa, well, first, welcome. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. I know you get a lot of people tuning in just for you.
I'm sure they do.
Yeah.
I better say hi to Talia, Jen, and Wes because they're requiring it today.
It's really
Hi,
funny.
Talia, Jen, and Wes.
We've had more shout-outs today. Like, we're saying hi to people's kids earlier. I said hi to my mom.
It's a family program.
It is.
That's what it is.
It is. Hello, everybody who's listening. Lisa, so let's hit on this a little bit. So, you're working with a lot of buyers right now. I know this for a fact because we talked about it. And they're going through some tough times that translates into stress.
Quite a bit. And Tyler actually stole my thunder just a little bit here. But he did talk about missing out on houses and that buyers are getting out there and they're getting frustrated throughout the process just because they'll find a house, they'll put an offer in on, they'll miss it. They'll find another house, put an offer in on, they'll miss it. And it continues. And I've worked with some people who have lost 4 or 5 houses. And while we like to think, it doesn't always come down to price, but a lot of times it does. And the question then becomes, at what price are you willing to lose this house?
And this is across all price ranges.
Oh, it's everywhere. There isn't anything I'm not dealing with on that. I just was in a multiple offer on a $775,000 house and a multiple offer on $125,000, which we got both of them. But which I will say.
So, really, it almost doesn't. The house values that are out there. It's all across every price point. There's people buying houses all across the whole city and at all price points.
Well, I think what I'm starting to notice is you've got a lot of first-time home buyers out there. So with them moving into buying houses, you've got the move-up houses. And so that's kind of, when I first noticed this shift, it was in the lower price ranges. And that's what we were seeing was in the first-time home buyer starter home, $300,000 and below. And it's not anymore because as they buy houses, the sellers of that house have to buy a house. And that's where everybody's moving up.
And so really it kind of puts it in a position where it's a little bit of that domino effect.
Yes.
Which is a good domino effect.
It is a good domino effect. We just need some inventory.
That's right. So I swear, I can't wait till there's more inventory.
There's a hot button right now.
So you stop hearing about it?
Yeah, it's like,
I just want a concrete solution.
Sellers have to sell.
Everybody needs to follow it.
Yeah. So what expectations should buyers have? If you're going to enter the market, there's got to be some almost like prerequisite thoughts.
I think the biggest thing right now is to not be attached to the outcome. To be prepared to go in to buy a house and find the right house for you. But it can't be an emotional process. And you and Tyler touched on that as well, where you have to go in as a business process with the emotion behind it, but it can't all be there because if you've lost 2 houses and it's all based on emotion, you start to get frustrated and want to throw in the towel. And it's not where you want to be right now. Rates are so good, you want to be buying.
Do you feel like there's a lot of buyer burnout, I guess, for lack of a better term?
I think there is for people who started looking back when they had choices. I have some people I started working with in January, and they had 40 homes to look at. And they waited, and they waited, and they waited. And overnight, it switched. And so now they're getting buyer burnout because they were used to having 40 houses to look at. And now it's like, hey, Lisa, this house came on the market today. We need to see it now. And I'm like, I can't argue with you. Let's go.
Right.
Because it may not be here at 8 o'clock tonight.
Right. And so when you transition from... it was a lot, I guess, people have the ability to just kind of kick tires. Hey, this is a nice house, but it's not perfect. And now that switch over must be, almost devastating to the psyche, I would think.
It is, but it's also where our job comes in, especially working with buyers, is you have to be able to go into a house and help people see the potential. It's, okay, this isn't your 100% house. And I know we've talked about this on the show before. It's 85%. But what if you can paint this wall chocolate brown and put hardwood floors in, and all of a sudden they start to envision and like, oh, this could be my perfect house. no idea where I came up with chocolate brown.
I am blown away that is what makes perfect houses these
Heather,
days. Just
Heather was
chocolate
eating
brown
chocolate
paint.
earlier.
It was good. No, but it's right. I don't think there's
I
a
love
perfect
who brings all the chocolate.
melting
Eric?
pub. Anyway, I don't think that there's a perfect house out there. I don't think
No.
that doesn't exist. So, you being able to help people see the vision of what it can be, I think is a really important skill to have.
That's the key, is really helping them see, because they have in their mind, everybody watches HGTV, and every time someone tells me they watch a certain show on that
You're like,
channel, and I
shoot.
won't say it, and I'm like, oh, we're in for trouble.
Well, actually, we've had some of the agents that have hosted those shows, and they spilled the secrets. It's completely fake. They're setting an unprecedented reality to all the buyers.
Is that surprising to you?
No, but I'm just saying.
They look at way more than 3 houses.
I'm sure.
Okay, enough about busting on HGTV and their secrets.
No, it's a great channel.
It is. Okay, so, we hit on this a little bit, but your thunder was certainly not stolen, because you're presenting the best offer in multiple offer situations. It's tough. And we've talked about writing letters and making kind of that emotional appeal. What else do you do?
One of the things you have to keep in mind is sellers are getting overwhelmed. If you're a seller and you're getting 11 to 22 offers, I was in one that had 22 offers in on it. Think of the perspective from a seller. How many hours are you spending looking through those offers? The letter helps in certain situations, but at the same time, they can't read 22 letters. And at that point, they want to throw their hands up and they're like, what's going to be the easiest one to close? So there's certain things you can do to make yours the easiest one to close, because that's what they care about after all. It may not always be the highest price, but if you can close in 30 days or less and the next highest price is looking at 60 days, they want to close sooner. It might not be worth that extra $5,000 to them to wait another month.
Yeah, I guess the ability to just know it's done and over with, and you're not, because it's that level of stress, and the life experience you're going through is not always pleasant.
No, it's huge. And that's backtracking just a tiny bit, but with the sellers, when you're presenting the offers, they just have to be clean. This is not the time to write in on an extra addendum that says, hey, we really like the star-shaped lamp in the kids' bedroom upstairs on the right-hand side. Can we have that? Not the time to do that.
Yeah, so there's an element of just, a clean, precise and concise offer, you think?
Absolutely. That's key. And then it's also, you need to be asking your agent, if you're a buyer working with someone, what is your strategy for working with the listing agent in a multiple offer situation? Because not only are you selling the seller on your offer, but that listing agent is looking at the selling agent and saying, am I going to be able to work with this person?
Hey, they're an influencer.
Huge influencer. And so that's one of the things as a buyer, ask your agent what their strategy is to work with the listing agent. It's not all about the offer.
We're here with Lisa Hampton, lead buyer specialist with Home Helper Consultants. Lisa, we just have about a minute and a half left before we do have to go to break. So if you're talking as a buyer, if you're helping somebody buy a house as a buyer's agent, and you're going to go ahead and ask them what the strategy is going to be with the listing agent, what are some of those answers that they should be?
Definitely, your agent needs to be proactive. Before you even go in and look at the house, you need to know the situation. Have they already received offers? Are they planning on, do they know that they're going to get 3 or 4 overnight? Are they going to be reviewing them on Monday? And communicating with the other agent as a buyer's agent is key. You want to let them know you're on their team. What's going on with the house? We really want to put an offer in on this. We want to make sure our strategy is going to be the best for your seller. So it's really working with the listing agent for starters. Does the seller want to close in 30 days? Do they prefer, a 5-day inspection contingency versus 10? Just really finding out what the seller wants.
So it's really the ability to go, okay, well, what are you guys looking for in an offer?
And being able to ask that.
Versus just kind of guessing and going, well, I hope they want this, and I hope they want this. But really, it could be all about the money, nothing about the closing date, or vice versa.
And you just don't know unless you ask. And that's, talking with the other agent is key, and you need to make sure your agent's doing that.
Yeah, that would seem so elementary.
You'd think. But it's amazing, and Wes sits right behind me. It's amazing how many times they get offers in that they're like, oh, we had no idea this was even coming. And can sit in their inbox. Just throwing it at the wall and seeing what sticks, it would seem. That doesn't seem like a good way to do things. It doesn't, but you'd be surprised.
Well, Lisa, thanks so much for joining us. And again, Lisa Hampton, lead buyer specialist.
That's hard for you today.
She heard me yesterday. With Home Helper Consultants. We do have to go to break. When we come back, Jared Frazier, one of our regulars, one of our favorites, is going to come on the air. We're going to talk more about this shift in market and what's going on here in the local real estate market. We'll be right back after this break.